Is it recording now? Okay.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you feeling?
I'm good. How are you? To be honest, mixed feelings. There are times where the emotions of the songs move me because I have the background to the songs. I know where they came from. But also repetitively listening just to be sure that it's excellent. It has this effect where it kind of numbs me to how important and maybe how great it is in terms of writing and execution. And so sometimes I need the external confirmation that, oh, is it really good, to be sure that it's good, because I've listened to it hundreds of times, But yeah, I feel really positive that people will resonate with it somehow, somewhere. Timeline. Oh, Timeline is actually one of my favorites. I'm somehow biased to it. And this is why. Out of all the pieces and all the tracks on the album, this one is purely scripture. I played it for a friend one time and he listened to it and was like, oh, this is nice. I love how you composed. And like, I did not compose this. This is all scripture just weaved together harmoniously. To be precise, the New Living Translation is what I used for it. The only thing that I composed was the last line or two. That's all. But everything else just talks about what God did for us, what God is doing right now, and what He's going to do. And I really just hope that it stirs up appreciation in the hearts of every believer that listens to it. Like, this is your reality. This is your salvation story. This is your timeline. How God picked you up from darkness, brought you into His light, is making you into His image day by day, and is giving you a hope that is alive and will never fade away. And I really hope that resonates with everyone who listens to it. Hopefully it's your top 3. Oh, so yeah, this album is quite rich, and there is a bit of everything. There is spoken word, there is singing, there is rapping, but there is voice acting as well. And so if you listen to Mystery Man, parts 1 and 2, I voiced characters. I played the part of different people that encountered Jesus, and all the acting is done by me, even the women. So if it sounds weird, I'm sorry in advance, but I hope it does sound original. I voiced the woman, I voiced the men, and that was pretty fun to do, actually. I really loved it. So there are parts of this album that are linked. They're like Easter eggs dropped around for you to find. And so you might see something repeated on one track in another track. And somehow they still flow in their own space, in their own right. Like, for example, Scandalous Birth, there's a whole stanza that is repeated in Mystery Man part 2, right? So it's part of that, and it's a beautiful link that I found. The same thing with My Not So Best Friend. There's some elements on it that you would also find in Dear Mrs. Olusonya. If you really pay attention, you would see that it was repeated. So yeah, it was just a fun way to make sure that somehow they were all connected one way or the other. No, no one broke my heart. My Not So Best Friend it's a very interesting piece. It's very metaphorical, and I'm talking, when you listen, I don't want to give too much away. When you listen to it, you will know exactly who or what I'm talking about. But basically, it started off with this beautiful, exciting relationship or friendship that seemed to promise me the world. And little by little, I realized that this was toxic. This took me on a marathon to dark places, and not just me, but a lot of people around as well. So when you listen to it, you'll definitely be able to tell. It's cheesy, it's corny, and it also takes this like approach to like a TV interview. So when you listen to the background music and sound, you know that someone is trying to get my attention to do an interview on TV, and something that just happened, and they're asking me questions about how that happened. So yeah, just I hope it makes sense to you. If you've never listened to spoken word before, you don't even know enough to know if you have an interest in it. On this album, I would recommend that you listen to Scandalous Birth. It's one of my favorite pieces. It's a bit long, so maybe for that reason I would not put that. But if it's for meaningfulness, following a storyline, the depth, the weaving of words, Scandalous Breath for sure. If you're romantic, Dear Mrs. Olusonya. If you want something crisp and short, maybe My Not So Best Friend will be that. And then maybe Mary Had a Little Lamb is a very good one if you love Christmas. Yeah, that's a very good one as well. Now I just said like 4. But yeah, depending on what you're already used to, and if you like rap, there's something there for you as well. So I think that's it. If you like music and songs, then Prodigal God and In Your Peace would be a very good one to listen to. So it depends on what you like. Thank you. All right, enjoy this masterpiece. All right, take care, guys.